Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Once Upon a Read Along book club live show for April. My name's Chloe. I'm sorry that my dogs are barking in the background. It's feeding time. Um, and I'm here with my co-host. What just happened?
Sorry, that was me.
And Desiree, and we are discussing Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu, the second book in the DC Icons series. I apologize in advance if this is like a shorter live show. It is Easter for those that celebrate, but we decided to do a live show anyway. So, if you have not seen any of our live shows before, basically what we do is we do initial thoughts in the beginning, what we rated it, are just general thoughts, and those are non-spoiler. And then after all three of us do that, then we go into our spoiler discussion. So who would like to start?
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say I can start since I read it most recently. I'm just giving initial thoughts. I liked it. I was engaged like the whole time. I'm not like a huge Batman fan. I don't know a lot of Batman. I'm kind of old school Batman, and I haven't really watched any of the movies, and I didn't read the comics, so that's where I'm at with that. But I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. I liked it. I gave it 3.5 stars. Like I enjoyed the story, but I felt like the story, like it didn't resonate with me. It wasn't anything that was moving or I think like in a week or so I'm gonna forget much of what happened in the story, and that's why I ended up rating it as low as I did. I mean throughout the book I was enjoying myself, and I almost gave it a 4-star just because I did feel like the book was fast paced and the story kept going, but I wanted to be like a little bit more critical with my ratings, I guess. So I ended up giving this book a 3.5 stars. I just don't think that this book deserved a 4-star, I guess you could say.
And I ended up giving it 3 stars. I agree with most of what Kat is saying. I think the book was just okay. I enjoy Batman in general, but overall I think the book was just okay. And it was enough to keep me interested, I think.
Yeah.
So it was interesting enough for me to like actually finish the book. Besides, we had to talk about it today.
Sure.
So yeah, it was just a 3-star for me, and I actually checked, and I gave Wonder Woman 3.5, so almost similar there. So now we are going to go into spoilers. For anybody, I don't think anybody's watching, but for anybody watching, we're going into spoilers now. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you click away, and if you don't care, then hi. So what can we start with?
I think I want to start with just the fact that it makes me want to read the next one, which kind of doesn't make sense because the next one is about a different character by a different author. But I also kind of wish that Marie Lu would explore more in this Batman world, because I feel like I want to know what else happens in the story after what has already happened. But I did give it 4 stars, so that's how I was just really interested, and I'd love to hear more about it, I guess.
I'm thinking unless I mean, because Marie Lu is basically contracted by whoever published this, Random House, to do this series, I'm feeling because like it's not her thing, we're not going to see a lot extra from it, unfortunately.
Right.
No, I think that was it Marvel that hired all of these authors to just create stories. I think they're supposed to be one-shot stories based on like
it's
not
DC.
Marvel. Yeah, I'm sorry, not Marvel. I just realized it's DC. Yeah, so DC, I'm assuming DC ordered these, asked these authors to write all these stories, and they're supposed to be like just one-shot stories based on each individual character.
Yeah. What do you guys think about this series? Basically, like all the characters are teenagers, because I know when Wonder Woman came out, it came out around the time of the movie. I know we discussed that yesterday. But like, and I don't think it was because of the Wonder Woman movie, but I didn't know that they were going to be younger characters.
I did.
Why did you think that they weren't going to be? These are all YA authors.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't really think about it. I was like, because, well, besides this one, but like on the Wonder Woman cover, she doesn't look like a younger person. She looks like she's all in her Wonder Woman get up and shit, if that makes sense. I don't know. I didn't really read much into it. And then as I was reading the book, I was like, oh, these are younger characters.
I mean, I kind of see what you're saying, but like if you take a look at like Sarah J. Maas covers, they don't look like they're in their teens either.
So I feel like that's classified as like new.
Well, like I guess I understand what you're saying, because when we kind of like put our past into it, because when we watch their movies, when we've seen like, even if you're not a fan, let's say like Batman, you've seen like him somewhere, you know, in your life, you've seen him, and he's always an adult. So I guess I understand, because we're not used to seeing them younger. So yeah, I get what you're saying. But
I love it. I love that he was like, you kind of see the seeds that were planted, right, in his mind in regards to his outlook and philosophy on life, and how he started kind of even wanting to fight crime. And I like that look into that beginning.
I thought, I don't know about you guys, but like when I was reading this, characters that we already know, like Alfred and Lucius, I was picturing as like actors who have played those real characters,
right?
Because like I don't know if you guys watch Gotham. I used to watch that.
Yeah.
I stopped, and then the Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan Batmans are like the ones that I really enjoy. So I'm picturing like Michael Caine as Alfred, and whoever played Lucius in the Gotham series, I pictured him as that. It was harder for me knowing who played Harvey Dent in the Christian Bale Batmans. It was harder for me to picture a younger version of him.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
that's just for me. I like Batman.
I don't know what to add to that.
I know.
I mean, other than Alfred, because I think I did picture that person as Alfred also, but I think that was the only character that I pictured as an actor.
Like, yeah, I've seen like a few of the episodes for Gotham, and like, because we were starting with a younger character, even though he's in his late teens, I kept imagining like the young kid from Gotham and I was like, I gotta get him out of my head because he's older than that. But I did imagine like Alfred. I was like, I kept picturing him from Gotham. Like, oh, okay, yeah, and yeah, I guess sometimes like it's different, and I guess it's refreshing because we're not used to knowing the character's previous hand. So, you know, most of the times when we read a book, it's kind of like our imaginations who draws up these characters and what they look like. And but yeah, it was interesting this time around.
I kind of wish we had I think the length for this book is good, but I kind of wish it was just a little bit longer, or this was the type of book where it's like, okay, we could get like a short story from it, because I feel like with the ending, I really want to know what happened with Madeline and with her brother, because like apparently she's not dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really I want that to be a little bit more fleshed out.
The thing is, now that we talk, like when we said before, the fact that this was a standalone, the fact that she left that ending open-ended like that makes me think that she should write more, like a sequel to it.
Right? Like, I feel like it would be awesome. And they don't ever have to get together, but just the mystery of it, like,
yeah, like how she's still alive.
Yeah. And like what she's doing on the opposite ends of the world, you know, because they had different philosophies, but in the end, they both believed in justice, right? So, I think that would make a great story. But I thought they made it pretty clear what happened with her brother.
Didn't he get arrested? I thought he escaped.
But
he died. Like in the end.
He died. Wait, what?
What? Did he? I need confirmation. I didn't know.
He died, didn't he? Am I going insane here?
Now
I don't remember that he died. I just remember that she lived.
Okay, let me double check.
Okay, we can keep talking while Kat's looking for that. But
maybe he did die, because I think I'm thinking at the bottom of 241 they said we found evidence linking Cameron Wallace to the 3 murders originally put on Madeline. So maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe he did die.
I mean, it's just, I think that felt a little weak.
You're right here.
Yeah, he did die.
He died. It's on page 230.
Right. Yep.
I'm like, am I reading the wrong book? Like,
how did he die?
So it says Cameron was throwing up his arms in surrender. He was pointing the finger in Madeline's direction.
Oh,
he was
I remember that.
To target her first, and then drop your weapons, voice shouted at Cameron from the helicopter. Then the sounds of shots fired. Bruce lowered Madeline carefully to the floor. Over his shoulder, he saw Cameron's body crumpled against the ledge. He's dead.
Okay.
Really quick before we move on, I'm gonna let you guys keep talking, and I'm gonna try and go grab my charger because my laptop is dying faster than I thought it was going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go lay a towel down on my perfectly nice clean carpet.
So, did you also read the audiobook, Kat, or did you just read it?
No, I did. Yeah, I did both, kind of like you do.
So something that I've complained about before is that I feel like when women read audiobooks, they do a better job of doing male voices than when a male tries to do female voices. And every time Madeline was speaking, it was hard for me to picture her.
Girl, like she's 12.
It just sounded so off.
Yeah.
It made her character a little bit unbelievable because she always sounded so I know she was somewhat sly and manipulative, but I think that she should have been a little bit more seductive, kind of. And the voice didn't come off like that at all. She just came off really bitchy, and it just made that part a little bit unbelievable. Because then it just didn't seem like he would be attracted to her to learn more or know anything else about her or why he would even talk to her or.
Yeah.
I gotta find a place to plug this in real quick.
But what were you thinking about their relationship?
I didn't like it.
Because
I second that.
I mean, I get that it's okay. Here's my thing. I get that it's a one shot, and I get that maybe she was trying to wrap up their romance within one book, but I felt it was very, very forced. I thought it didn't develop naturally. It was just 1 second I'm reading, he's literally talking to her, he was clean. The first time he met, he was cleaning her floor, and he came by her cell, and he's all of a sudden awestruck by her, he's interested in her, and I feel like his feelings for her just came out of nowhere, and that was just how I felt reading this book. I just felt like it was just it didn't progress naturally, his attraction to her, and then at one point people are saying, "Oh, you're in love with her," and excuse me, he barely even knows her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can like her, but I think love is a little. I feel like maybe, I don't know. I feel like I'm becoming so much more critical of these YA books that they keep throwing the word love around. It's no big deal. Oh, I just met you. Next day, oh, I'm in love with you. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. And I don't. And that's just how I felt. I don't know. That's just me. And I get that eventually, supposedly months pass or weeks, whatever passed, but it's still, I just felt like I felt like they had no chemistry together. Mm-hmm. It was really odd.
So Das Books is in the chat and he says he disagrees about the audiobook thing, that Catwoman was the opposite and it sounds worse in his opinion. But then he also said because it's love at first sight. It was love at first sight, Cat.
Hold on, I'm not in the chat. Does he seriously believe in love? Yeah, love at first sight?
No, no, you don't. At that age, you don't know what love is.
No, the thing is, I mean, I maybe just it's missed me. I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe you're attracted to somebody, like in lust at love sight, but you can't truly. I don't know. That's just like again me. I don't believe in love at first sight.
I agree with you there.
I mean, I could see why he would be intrigued by her, especially because they always had somebody in the room trying to interrogate her and she didn't talk to anybody else. So like he was the only person that she talked to. So, I mean, I would probably be asking myself the same questions like, why me? Why are they talking to me?
Yeah, but just because a girl gives you attention doesn't mean you let it get to your head.
But he was intrigued.
It's the whole like mystery, you act. People just tend to be more attracted to like. It's kind of like girls, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, but considering
the less a guy gives her, the more she's into him.
Considering that he's like this wealthy bachelor from a rich family, I'm sure he has lots of people pining over him.
Yeah.
But this was different because she knew his inner workings right away. There was a part where I guess where he was going to the gym where they talk about him putting on a headset. And as I'm listening to it, I was like, oh, this reminds me of Warcross. And then that's when I remembered that Marie Lu wrote the book. And I was like, well, that makes sense. But I like the way she was describing the technology of the headset that he uses when he goes to the gym to be able to change his scenario and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I could definitely, like, reading this book, I could definitely tell, like, Marie Lu's distinct writing style, so. And, yeah. And I feel like I don't remember much about Wild Warcross. I have to reread it, but Legend, like, I feel like the characters were very similar, like the female characters, very, like, these strong female types, and they kind of, like, act very cold, like they're very how should I put this, like they are in a world that's very male dominated, so they act like stronger than they need to be. So that's how I pictured the main character from Legend. And that's how I found her to be very similar to Madeline from this book.
You mentioned something to me about that part with the rotary phone.
That was that's like my favorite. I'll never forget that. I'll forget everything else about this book, but that part where he can't figure out how to use a rotary phone, I thought it was so funny. It reminded me, so I watched like the Fine Brothers, and they did like this react video where they give a rotary phone to kids.
Yeah.
They have to figure out how to dial a phone. I died in that episode. Like, I was not like, I feel like when I was growing up, I never even I never used a rotary phone, but I know how it works. So
Desiree just disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Well, hi.
Hello. Have you ever used a rotary phone, Chloe? Do you know how one works?
You know, at Universal, the red phone booth, and I wanted to go in there, and I tried to use it, and I couldn't figure it out, so you had to do it.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot. That's so sad. I think I've seen like a real rotary phone in my lifetime, like once or twice. Like, that actually works.
Oh, okay. Desiree will be back.
That was random, though. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I don't have anything. I'm just going with you guys at this point because this one, I don't have anything like big popping out that I want to talk about.
What did how did you feel about the romance? Because I said that I didn't like it, and then you said you agreed with me, and then I went on, but you didn't say anything else.
I didn't really like it. It felt like this book could have been fine without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I feel like whenever authors write a one book, like one book at all, if you're gonna do a romance, just let it be, how should I, open-ended at the end. Don't force it. And I feel like that's what happened with this book, especially because this book was also so short.
Yeah. Like, I understand why it was there, but it didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
My phone is at 1%.
Did you grab your charger for your...
For my laptop, I couldn't grab my one from my phone.
How long does it take for it to dry?
I don't know. I haven't been home, like, all afternoon.
When was it done?
I don't know. I haven't been home. Sometime this afternoon.
Did you read the Will's comment? He's like, fine without it, shaking my head. Is he like a romantic at heart? Like, don't lie. Or is he like super like cynical? Like Gaia?
Who do you think said I love you first?
You?
No.
Really?
Hell no.
You did. You're the romantic at heart. You're the one who likes all the cheesy contemporaries that I hate.
Okay.
So I figured you'd be the one.
He said it like a month in, and I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's sweet. It makes me like...
He knows I love
look
him.
at him differently now.
He's gonna call me out for it in the comments.
What was your favorite part about the book?
Finishing it. I don't know. I don't know. This is just one of those things where it's like, okay, I read it. Now what?
Yeah, it's like I had a good time reading the book. I thought it was good. It's like you said, I don't know what it was. I felt very disconnected to the story, and like in a month or so, I'll forget about everything.
Yeah.
What else? Are you gonna just wait till Desiree comes back?
I don't. Desiree keeps the conversation going. I don't have anything. That's my problem. It's really hot in this room too.
Did you know, like, how should I put this? Do you know about the Batman, like the original Batman storyline? Because when I went into this book, I didn't know much about it. I do know that he was like orphaned when he was 10 years old, and that he was, raised by Alfred, and that, he's this freaking rich billionaire, and he starts becoming a vigilante kind of thing, and that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah, so in I don't know if they keep it the same for the Ben Affleck ones, but in the Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batmans, he went to, like, I don't know exactly what country, but he went somewhere and got trained in all his fighting skills. And then when he returned, like after years, he returned and used all his like Wayne Tech money and became Batman. And like the Bat Cave is on the Wayne Manor grounds and everything like that. Yeah, that's all I remember. I haven't watched him in a long time.
So he used money?
He didn't use all his money. He makes a shit ton of money. But he used like Wayne Enterprises, they make like technology and stuff like that. So he uses all the like advanced technology.
Kind of like Iron Man.
Yeah, kind of. So like the car he had at the beginning and the one that Alfred was driving, I'm picturing as the Batmobile, and like the outfit he was wearing for the not the heist, but for when there were hostages, I picture that something like along the lines of the beginning of the Batman suit. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Would you like there to be another book?
I just want all these books to be like older, like the adult characters. That's what I want.
Why?
And because
I mean, obviously, a lot of these, like, you read Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Was it, like, also kinda like this one where it's more of, like, an origin story?
Yes and no. I feel like I don't know how to explain it because it's been a while since I read Wonder Woman, but I feel like Wonder Woman, she has more of an origin story, quote unquote, in like the sense of the movie, where she's like an adult and all that stuff. This, yeah, in the book, kind of, but I don't think it's like a full on origin story. I think it's just like it's like little baby steps. I don't know if it makes any sense at all, but it makes sense to me.
Are you planning on reading, the next one, Superman? How
Yeah,
many books are there so far?
there's only 4.
So there's Wonder Woman, there's Batman, there's, Superman that just came out, and what was the 4th one?
The 3rd one was Catwoman, the 4th one's Superman, and that's it. That's all.
Catwoman, that's right. I forgot about Catwoman. Okay.
But there's like Marvel has stuff coming out too. I mean, Marvel's always had them coming out with like they have Black Widow series, but I think Teen Titans is DC, so Teen Titans series is coming out soon.
I used to watch the cartoon.
I don't care about it, so yeah, that's what's going on with that. I'm gonna continue the series no matter what.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm intrigued because it's different authors each time.
Yeah.
And like I've never read anything by Matt De La Pena.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I don't. What has he written?
I don't know. I have
'Cause
no
I feel
idea.
like they're choosing like super popular authors to write this stuff, and I don't like I've heard of him, but I don't actually know what he's written.
Yeah, let me see if I can get something open here. Let's see. I don't recognize anything that he's written.
What does it say?
Hold on, I clicked for more. The Last Stop on the Street, Mexican White Boy, The Living, We Were Here. His most recent thing besides Superman is called Love.
Yeah, I never heard of those either.
I haven't heard of
I think
any
I've
of
heard
these.
of the white Mexican one, but I haven't actually.
I haven't heard of any of these. It looks like a lot of kids' books too. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess it'll be interesting to see Superman.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to read something by him.
Desiree coming back.
I feel like we're almost done too. I
know.
I feel like this book there's not much to talk about. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's pretty standard Batman story. So
I just read her message.
ask her if she's like going to come back anytime soon.
Said I'll try to be back, so she lost connection. Can we go ahead and wrap it up?
I mean, sure.
Are you looking at the messages too?
Yeah, it's popping up on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I kind of want to know what happened now. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. I mean, this, like I said, the story, the book is pretty straightforward. We're following kind of like the origin story of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and there's bad guys and they're killing rich people, and he's one of them, and he has to figure out how to stop from dying, and that's basically it.
He's on a hit list.
Yeah, he's on a hit list. Yeah, and
I think it's just okay.
it kind of like has like a Robin Hood kind of feel to it, like the bad guys, what they're doing, because they're trying to like take from the rich to get to for to give to the poor, but they're not really giving to the poor, and they're like killing. And I'm pretty sure Robin Hood didn't kill.
Batman doesn't kill either.
Huh?
Batman doesn't kill either. He has a strict no kill.
So I meant like the bad guys. They're like taking the money, noble causes, but they're killing their hosts or like the people who already had the money. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you have any final thoughts?
I just think it was okay. 3 stars. I'm going to continue on with the series, but this one was just okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've read a Marie Lu book as well.
What did you read the Legend series?
Yes, and the first 2 I really enjoyed, and the third one kind of just crapped out for me. And it's been like 2 or 3 years now.
Did you ever finish like the whole series, or you only
finished the whole series?
Okay.
All right. Any final thoughts for you before we discuss next month?
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, just such a short live show. It's just like the story was good, it was engaging. My only problem is that I felt very disconnected to it. I didn't really connect with Bruce Wayne in the story. I thought the story was fast-paced and really like action-packed, and that's the reason why I did enjoy the story. But otherwise, I feel like the story fell flat. The romance was very cringy because it was too forced, and because this is a one-shot story and it's also like 250 pages, I feel like the author tried to put this romance in, and I feel like it would have been better almost even without it, or maybe like hints of it would have been better for me. It just because it just felt forced and not natural. But yeah, so I did give this book a 3.5 stars.
All right, so next month in May, we are going to be reading Nexus by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. This is released on May 7th, I believe. And the sequel to Zenith. I think, did we confirm our live show date for next month, I think?
Yeah, you said May 26th?
Yes, it is going to be on Sunday, May 26th. That is the Sunday before we leave for BookCon. Yay, I'm so excited. So yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Once Read Along. That is where we update everything from whether the live show date changes to a time change. We announce the book on there as well. Make sure you go follow us there at Once Read Along. And make sure you join us to read Nexus next month in May. So we will see you guys on May 26th at 6 p.m. on this channel. Bye, guys.